following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Hey everyone, and welcome to 50 Shades of Bullshit. I'm your host, Christine Lalonde, and this is the podcast where we uncover the truth about online dating. Now let's begin.
Hey everyone, it's Christine.
Hi, Jada.
Hey Jada, this is 50 Shades of Bullshit. Welcome everybody. Thanks for coming back. How's your week, Jada?
It's been a week. I had to have a minor procedure yesterday, so I'm still a little uncomfortable, but
are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I just have been resting, and I thought that I'd be feeling much better today, and I'm not quite there yet, but I'm okay.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you look beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
I'm loving the lips. They're super, super hot. I, on the other hand, you mentioned right before the show that I looked, sexed out and
You look
refreshed.
About your skin. What's happening here?
I'm cooking all day. I have right here's my. It's just pulled down. Our guest today will appreciate this because she is a former personal chef. I work part-time as a personal chef, and I'd say half of my friends are catering companies. So today, tomorrow, we are prepping for a huge wedding that we're doing on Saturday. I never cook on Thursdays when we have a show, but my friend is needing someone today. And so I am broadcasting from her castle. Now, she lives in a, let's see if I can do this. Can you see this stuff?
Yeah.
See this stuff? Yeah.
Yep.
I'm in a castle right now, in the middle of fucking nowhere. So we hope that my internet doesn't dump. I'm literally sitting inches from her internet. I've got a cutting board propped up with my mic attached to it because her huge desk doesn't allow me to attach. It's been a hell of a day. I think what you're seeing is grease and sweat from cooking short ribs.
Okay. It looks fabulous. So there's
Thank you. I try. Yeah, it's been a good week. I guess, it's just another week, another day, another dollar that we're trying to fucking make. So, here we are.
Yeah.
What can I say?
Yeah, here we are.
So, by the way, if I had been paying attention, which, I don't always care enough to pay attention, I would have realized before we did this week's show, I would have put it for next week and have a different one this week, because we are episode 69 today.
Ooh, 69. I saw that actually when I got the email. I did see that, and I expected more from you, Christine.
I know.
I
should have
but
had
that's
the
okay.
sex there. I should have had the sex expert on today, or done the what is it? That other one we did with the Kink 101. We should have done Kink 69 today.
Oh,
but what can I say? Here we are. Well, I am very excited about this guest today. It is Zanine comes from Jada, actually. I had another guest who was doing this episode with us today. It was called Choose Peace and Self-Respect. And the whole point of this podcast today was that this person I know broke up with her boyfriend, and she said, I'm choosing peace and self-respect. Now that says a lot, okay? So when we're prepping for the show, she wasn't getting back to me, and I reached out to her, and she's like, "Oh, I've been so sick." And I said, "Well, are you feeling better? Are you going to be ready for the show on Thursday?" And this is just Tuesday. And she said, "Actually, he took care of me while I was sick, and everybody deserves a second chance, right?" And I said, "No, not everybody deserves a second chance. Not everybody deserves to be in your life. If you have to title your fucking thing peace and self-respect." I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So Jada happened to have somebody really amazing who could actually talk on the subject today. Thank God she saved our asses. So let's talk about Zanine. She is a quick-witted, beautiful, by the way, beautiful, award-winning visionary. She is a U.S. Navy veteran. Like, woo, 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 whatever that call sign is, I'm all for it. Navy, all the way. I love the Navy. I seriously love the Navy. She's a U.S. Navy veteran who just so happens to be an amazing entrepreneur. She's a single mom to four brilliant minds. Good God. After a tumultuous, how did I say that word? Tumultuous. It's a hard word for me to say. Marriage and divorce, girlfriend, don't I fucking know it. She left her mid six-figure personal chef business behind and decided that she wanted to help in a different way, a way that gave her peace of mind and also allowed her to create a desirable life, and that she would still be active with her children on a daily basis and make her time for herself. Now, I am all about that, sister. So let's bring in Zanine and talk to her about this peace of mind and self-respect shit. Hi.
Hi.
Zanine, thank you.
Welcome.
We're good. We're thrilled you're here because you're saving our ass.
No problem anytime.
Well, you're welcome back anytime. I'll tell you what, when you're booking for a podcast, especially one that's live every week, people don't really understand how important it is to show up. And we've had a few instances where people didn't show up. So we're super stoked that you're here with us today.
Good.
So, Zinni, what do you do now after all that badass, stuff that you have done in the past? What are you doing now?
So I actually own a boutique digital marketing agency where I assist people in bringing in leads for their business. So I focus more on lead generation with the emphasis on quizzes, because people are self-centered. So you might as well ask them questions to get them on your email list. And
Awesome.
I help you close faster. So you have like the emails to go with it. And it's just a beautiful dance that you don't have to put your hands in. So, yeah.
I love that. Nice. Well, I love a good entrepreneur mom, and especially, one who raises her kids on her own. So you have 4 kids?
I have 4 ranging from 3 to 20.
Okay,
and they are all amazing.
That's amazing. I think that they're amazing because look at the role model they have. Yeah, you're amazing. I think that's I'm sitting on shit here. Let me try that. So thank you for coming today to talk about a really, I think, important subject where women tend to put aside their self-respect and keep taking back a man. They will set aside peace of mind for partnership instead. And I commend any woman who really takes that moment to go, you know what? I choose my children and myself, and I need to move forward. Now, look, I'm not saying anything bad about men. There are plenty of men that have been in this situation as well. We just happen to be 3 awesome chicks on a show where we are raising our kids on our own and creating businesses on our own and choosing to be happy. that just means, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. That just means that we happen to have chosen a person that didn't meet the requirements to be in a happy relationship for the rest of our lives, right?
That and we started valuing ourselves.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
love
because
it.
I never valued myself before, and I always
No,
picked
you
these
weren't.
awful people.
I was having a conversation with a friend yesterday or today, and I was like, I was not taught to take care of myself. I was taught to take care of everyone else, to nurture everyone else, to make sure everyone else was safe, secure, had their needs and had their things. So
Yes.
we move throughout life, regardless of career, race, creed, whatever. We move throughout life with these lessons that we're taught because we don't know any different until we come face to face with a situation where we're like, you know what? I don't like this no more.
Yeah.
I feel like there's some needs that I need to be met. I feel like I'm missing out on things. And that's how I felt. And I was just like, this is ghetto. I would like, this is unprofessional. This 401k plan just ain't, it's not working for me. I need something different. So I chose me.
Good.
Now, I have to ask
love
you, I know I've known you for a million years, but this was your first marriage, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you had been married before.
No, this is my first one and short one, but first one. But lots of lessons were learned in the process.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, that's good. If we can't learn from what we've gone through, then we're destined to make the same mistakes again. We're destined to be repeat offenders. And I have to admit, I am a repeat offender for a very, very, very long time, relationship after situation after situation. And it took me a long time to really value like myself, like you had said, and put myself first and take care of myself. I can still put my children first. I can still put everybody else in these categories of taking care of them. But my favorite thing is always going back to the airline thing where they say, if the air masks come down, put that goddamn thing on first, because if you pass out, you can't help anybody else. And that's what I try to live by always.
Yeah.
I think about that so much because not to bash men, but we build the empires for you, right?
Right.
We make these legacies for you.
Yes.
So if you can't secure the legacy, then what is the point? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I have to take care of me. I have to make sure I'm situated. And what it taught me the most was my daughter was watching. So
yes.
If my daughter is seeing this, then she's going to grow up and be like, this is okay. And that was not what I wanted her to learn as a child. So
I have 3 daughters, but also, Jada, don't you have sons? And Zanine, you have sons as well, right?
I have three sons and then the one daughter.
And you know what? My thought was always, I got to find a great man to be a good role model for my daughter to pick better men than me. But that kind of relationship is also teaching our sons to treat women that way. So yeah.
I will say, and I've touched on this before, in my marriage, it was abusive and just not the best. And I struggle sometimes with my sons. My oldest son has horrible anger issues, but I think because him and my youngest son are almost 8 years apart, he witnessed more and saw more. So just the way I parent them both is very different. Excuse me. So I will say that plays a factor into us as women and how we manage our children.
Yeah.
I think for me, it was more, I wasn't necessarily looking for like, I wasn't saying, okay, I need a role model for my children. I was like, I need a partner for me. And the partner for me will be a role model for my children, because
Yeah.
love to me is an action word. So how he is loving me will show and pour into my children.
Yes.
I love it.
Say it, girl. Say it.
Say it.
Go.
I'm telling you, I've been through a lot of therapy, so
I love it. Well, if no one's gonna fix this shit but us.
yeah.
Absolutely.
That was
So
the other thing too. Like I was doing like you were, kind of like it would just seem like I was going spinning. Like everybody's faces was changing, but the situation seemed the same.
Was the same.
I was like, what the heck is going on? Like, what is happening? And then my ex-husband was actually displaying traits of my mother.
Ooh,
and I was like, this is too much. I need to figure this out. I want to sit down. I need to talk to somebody, because why is this now coming up? You know, so as much as I can be like, oh my God, it's his fault, it's his fault, it's his fault, I actually was like, no, I want to work on me, because maybe if I work on me and fix the shit from my childhood and just fix it, or even find out why it's broken and how do I heal it, then I'll be able to choose better, or I'll be able to see more of the signs, and actually the signs that I don't like, and actually say, you know, set a boundary on it, or whatever the case may be. Because a lot of times, like, people say, oh, I see the red flags, or whatever the case may be. But it's a red flag. But if it's not a red flag that triggers you, you're not going to do anything different.
Yeah.
You're still going to keep choosing that person. So, yeah, it's just like, you have to figure out, you have to sit down with you.
Yeah.
And figure the shit out.
So tell us your story.
Oh my gosh. Oh Lord. So I was actually minding my business like I tend to. Jada know me. I don't really be bothering nobody. I was minding my business. I was teaching culinary at a college. I was cooking for 3 NFL players. My kids had their like Uber Eats account every month to run up the bill. I was just chilling, going to the beach every day, like minding my business. And this guy was always on my Instagram, like every day, like every food post, every post about me, every story, every like DMing me. So I really was like, I messaged him and I was like, what's going on? Why are you all over my Instagram? Like, don't you got a wife, a kid? Like, what? Like, why are you here? What is going on? And I mean, we were like, we knew each other eons ago, but never like had them type of conversations. So he's like, no, I didn't get married. I don't have a wife. Yes, I do have a child, you know, blah, blah, blah. I see what you're doing. I like what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. You know, just a little flirtatious back and forth. Fast wine, we start dating. A red flag that I should have been paying attention to was that he had a lot of time on his hands. He could sit on the phone with me for hours. I would be working, cleaning, doing all types of things. He would just be on the phone. And I was just like,
oh, I know that one.
Yeah. And in my head, I'm like, oh, this is cute. But then my other head is like, this dude ain't got nothing better to do with his life. Yep. Anyways, so then we end up getting married. I mean, it was just very love bombing instantly. Like, I didn't know.
I feel like it was really quick. It was really quick.
What that word was before all of this. I just learned all these new words. So it was like instant love bombing, instant isolation, instant like separation from friends, family, instant like I'm gonna shower you and make you feel loved. You know, I'm just gonna just the words and some of the actions. And I think what happened is I don't think he realized that I don't know what he realized, but we got married, and I lost my job. Well, the school closed because of accreditation. Jada, you remember Virginia College?
I remember, yes.
Closed because of accreditation, but I still had my NFL clients, right? And so I had told one of my clients what had happened, and like that was my main source. My client money was just like play money. So my client ended up telling some first strings on an NFL team that I was amazing and they should hire me. So I end up becoming like, he's now a Super Bowl ring carrier, his chef.
Nice.
He became my main client. I just became very successful very fast. I'm just one of those people, like the blessings just overflow all over me.
She's a manifester, Christine.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm all about it.
He was very like jealous of that and became like in competition with me, but I didn't know that we were in competition. So we got pregnant. No, I got pregnant. He was cheating. I found out he was cheating when I got pregnant. I didn't know what to do. It was just very like crazy. He had all these women calling me. I mean, they were just telling me my life story. I stole money from him. I did all this to him. And I was like, what money? He got money?
Where is it?
Where is the money? So, because I need
Show me the money
for this baby. Like, I need him to help pay a hospital bill or something. So, I ended up filing for divorce, filing a restraining order. And, you know, they do that thing where they call you from a random number. Hey, baby, I want to work it out. So he invites me to dinner. I go to dinner. And like the one thing that pissed me off was, now I'm a person who loves flowers. I love flowers all throughout my home. Even before him, like weekly flowers is a thing. He had never bought me flowers the whole time we was together. After we get this restraining order, he wants to take me out to dinner. He takes me to dinner. All of a sudden, you have waterfall orchids for me. I was pissed. I was like, I'm done. It is over. Because I have been asking you to buy me flowers every week. We have been married in our home. And you think that winning me back with these $250 orchids was going to set the tone. And as much as I wanted to keep them, when I got home, I threw them away. Because I was like, he only values me when he can get something out of me, when he can get his way. And from that point on, I was like, F this. I raised my hand and said, I quit. I need a therapist immediately. I want to fix me. F these dudes. Like, I am bigger than this. I want more. I deserve more. I require more. I will take however much time God needs me to take to sit down and mind my business and figure this out, because I was just done at that point. I was like, that was so selfish of him to think that he could just buy me off with some, I mean, who doesn't like waterfall orchids?
Right?
Who's going to say no to waterfall orchids? They're like $200, $300 orchids. And I was just so like, oh, thank you, but fuming in the inside. This bitch just bought these flowers knowing damn well, like I could just hear this whole conversation like happening. And I was just like, I was done. So from then on, I was like, I remember, I think I texted Jada one day and I was like, I need a man.
I need a man.
And I was like, wait, no, I don't. Let me go back to therapy.
Yeah. We had a whole conversation about healing and finding peace and getting yourself together before you can be.
Yes. Because I was like, what does peace look like for me? What does healing look like for me? I'm a mother of 4 kids. Like my true self knows that I can get any man I want. But my mind was like, no one's gonna want me because I'm broken and I have 4 children and I've been cheated on and I don't have any barrier, you know, like, and I was like, Jada, I'm gonna go to therapy, I think. And she was like, yeah, that's a good idea.
That's a great idea.
Great
And
idea.
I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I started going, and I was having therapy became like a party for me. It was like my time. I figured out I don't really like scrambled eggs. I'm more of a poached over medium girl. I prefer, I'm not the single family home girl. I'm originally from DC. I grew up in like penthouses and luxury homes, and like, that's what I want. I'm like, I really want to live on like the 45th floor and have a concierge. And like, I'm not a single family home chick. It's just like, you have to create your piece for you. So I remember when I moved into the apartment I'm in now, I was like, Jada, I found my forever apartment. It has vaulted ceilings. It has a patio. It's in a quiet neighborhood. It's fully gated. It's this, is that. It's everything on my dream list. Like, God gave me everything I asked for. And I was like, it's because I did the work, right? So now I'm in a position where I am safe. I am happy. I am at peace. And now I'm like, okay, I think I can date. I can stick my toe in the pool. And I can assert myself because I've been armored with tools and boundaries for myself where I'm okay. So
I have a couple questions for you. So what do you think? So, okay, I have this question that I can't seem to get out of my mouth. So for you, what was it that worked for you with coaching or therapy? What do you think really got you to the place where you started giving yourself a lot more self-respect or giving yourself more value?
My gratitude journal. I am insanely critical of myself. I do not need anybody to tell me I'm doing anything bad. Trust me, I am Mike Tyson. Yeah, right. I didn't need anybody. So what she would make me do is, with my morning routine, yes, give God gratitude, but also show myself grace. Because I wasn't doing that. Yeah. I wasn't seeing how far I had come out of this dark, I call it a time warp, because that's what the hell it felt like. But and I had to do it every day. It wasn't like a day I could miss, because when you're that type of person who's very self-critical and like, I mean, I could break
to the choir.
Down. Yeah, like when you're like that, you have to have that extra reinforcement to say, oh my God, like I did do this. I did move my family out of there. I am able to pay my rent on time. Like, it could be the small, I did make my bed today. Like, anything to show gratitude to yourself, give yourself grace.
That's great.
And God, like, every single day. It just changed how I would show up in therapy. I mean, I went from sitting in therapy like this to like, girl, let me tell you, and then and then my therapist thinks I'm a trip anyway. She'd be like, you just be having too much fun with life. But I just went from this very like, I don't want to talk about it, or tight lip, like whatever, it's not going to work, to now I'm just open and free. And I just, whatever she tells me to do, I'm just like, okay, yeah, let's try that. So the gratitude thing, and I still do it to this day. Still. So yeah,
I love that.
Definitely shifted everything for me.
Do you find that you're meeting or choosing different types of men now?
Yes. And it's fun.
You're online dating now.
So I am online dating. It is very nerve-wracking for me. Because I thought that I should just be at a bar and somebody should just, pull up to my shoulder and see a little thigh. And he'd whisper, what are you drinking? And I'd say ginger ale in a champagne glass.
And you say, you with a long straw, baby. You with a straw.
Yes.
No, it doesn't work that way anymore.
It's very, oh my God. And then like, I've become introverted. I'm an amazing extrovert when I'm comfortable, but I feel like, I don't know, like this online dating thing, you have to be the FBI almost. And
Yep.
it's interesting because I'm more focused on what I want, oh, he's cute. I think I can work with some of his stuff versus nah, I don't like none of this. Next.
No.
Before I would be like, well, okay, yellow flag. Now, like, nah, player, listen.
Yeah.
I'm about to be 40 this year. I don't have time to be playing no games with you, honey. I don't have time.
Yeah.
I'm very selfish with me. I have a skincare routine that lasts like 30 minutes. Are you going to be able to withstand that? If you got to use the bathroom, will you go to the other one? Like, it's just, I wake up at 4:30 to go to the gym. Like, are you going to be pissed or be like, woo? Like, how is this going to work out? So it's very interesting. I met this guy now, and I was like, he makes me laugh every single day. Like, we just be talking about, and then the conversations that we have are not surface. That was one thing too, that online dating is very like, I'm not good with small talk. I'm not good with the good morning.
What are you wearing?
Yeah.
Oh, I hated the good morning gorgeous. If
You got
any
that a
of
lot,
them
Christy.
knew,
Yeah.
no woman that I have ever talked to ever likes the good morning gorgeous. We all hate it. All these stupid motherfucking people think that we like it. We do not. We do not. We tolerate it because you have a dick and it might be kind of working. But then if it doesn't, then forget it.
I think I told a guy one time, I was like, he did it one time and I was like, okay. And then he did a second time. I said, listen, I don't do small talk. What do you want?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the guy that I'm talking to now, he's more like, he sends me voice notes. I love it. I love that I can hear your voice. And he has like this very after dark radio voice.
I was gonna say a rich, deep, sexy voice.
Yes. Oh
yeah.
God, it's a problem. I'm like, I don't like him. I do not like this man. But
you know what, for me, when people would be like, so I was the same way as you. I'd go, ooh, someone likes me. Okay, let's do this. Let's ignore all this other shit because someone likes me.
Right.
Now I'm like, you like me? Nah.
Yeah. I'm like, but what do you like? Because, well, it was interesting with this guy now. Jada, this is a new guy, but it was interesting because what he did was he was very polite. And I like, we were.
Is that a bad? Like, is that not common?
No,
it's a respect thing. It's respectful. A lot of them are not respectful.
No, he was like, hey, I think I had said something. It was like, I don't know. We've been talking for like 2 weeks or whatever. I was like, he's like, is there anything you want to ask me? And I was like, yeah, I was just wondering. It's been 2 weeks. I was wondering if you were going to ask me on a date.
Yeah, like why the small talk? What are we doing?
Yeah, and he was just like, and he was like, he sent me a voice note. He was like, oh, I'm new to this, so I wanted to be respectful, and I didn't want to I didn't know when too soon was or too late, whatever. So I was like, okay, cool. So I gave him my number, and then he calls me to ask me on a date, and I was like,
woo, girl, that's a Revan engine moment.
There it is.
Like, did he just boy? Like, let me come over there. I was like, oh, he called me and asked me on a date. That is so nice. And we just have like these funny conversations, and it's not surface. Like, they kill me on these apps where they're like, what's your name? What side of the city do you live on? What does it matter if
Who cares?
Like, we have Uber. Like, it's 2023. If I want to get somewhere, I can get somewhere. Do you or like one guy, like, he's like, what are you doing this evening? I'm like, I'm cooking. He's like, oh, I should come over. And I was like,
No, you shouldn't,
Huh?
because I'm not cooking for you.
Yeah, I was like, who said who? How do you invite yourself to someone's house that you don't know? It's
Mm,
just very. These apps are very. And then I don't like the Bumble
no.
because I I don't want to lead the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want to. Like, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I think I'm still kind of old school. I want the men to lead.
100%.
So
Yes.
Bumble is out for me.
Yeah. I agree with you on that. The other thing with Bumble is, so if anybody doesn't know about the dating app Bumble, it's a little bit different. It's you have to both like each other to be able to communicate. And the
Yeah.
guy cannot communicate first. The girl has to communicate, which kind of throws the whole traditional thing out. But
Right.
they want to do that so the woman feels like she has some say in the matter instead of being bombarded. But the problem with that is that every time that I tried in the past to use that, I would then reach out to them, but Bumble only allows like 48 or 72 hours before that
Mm-hmm.
match disappears if they don't contact you back. And so let's say he swiped on you on Wednesday. You looked at it on Thursday. You
Thursday.
swiped on him. You match. Now he goes out of town or he's working or you're working and he doesn't have a chance to see it till Monday or Tuesday. It's gone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it
so that
sucks.
doesn't work for me. No,
No.
I'm new to
And
like the whole Hinge thing, and even that is
Weird.
We're talking about finding our peace. That is not peaceful for
that
me.
is stressful
like
as
no.
hell. This
It
is
is.
not a Sadie Walker dance. Like I
No.
didn't even participate in that. I
No.
I don't feel like, again, we build empires. Okay? I'm
Yes.
building it for you, but you gotta come get it.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I'm just not in, I don't want to lead. I don't feel like that is what I'm supposed to do naturally.
You know what I find? We're all strong, independent, forceful women. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We take control and lead in our personal lives all the time with our children. We take the lead business wise. We take the lead. We take the lead. We want a man to step up, take the lead, and be able to be confident and secure in our strength, in our
Yes.
ability to accept and appreciate a strong man to lead the way. And I
Yes.
don't understand where the fuck something went wrong that doesn't happen.
Oh,
I,
me and Jada had this conversation before. It's the mamas.
it
yeah, I
is
think
the
a lot of
mama.
it could be. I think a lot of it could be childhood, how you were raised.
Mm-hmm.
As mothers, we're all mothers, so I think we're very cognizant of how we raise our children. But I think like back in the day, with the age range of the men that we would date,
Mm-hmm.
things were very different with how they were raised versus how we would raise our children now. If that makes
Now
sense. Yeah.
Mhm.
it does.
Mhm.
I think that women who were single mothers during the time that we were children
Yes.
put their sons in this king of the house or man position at 5, 8, and 12, right? So
Mhm.
you're like you're advancing them very, very quickly early on. You're giving them this responsibility very early on. They feel like if their mom is abused, they are the protector. They're the ones who run the house. Like, you put them in this position so early that they were not able to have a childhood and like fully develop into
Yeah.
who they were meant to be developed into. And then they don't have those strong male role models and or fathers in the home who can show them how to take care of a home, how to take care of a woman, etc. So
Yeah.
it's very damaging.
I gotta extend on what you're saying because you are 100% right. But I also think that there's another section of mothers who were raising their boys as smothering them, loving them. Oh,
Yes.
you're so perfect and you're so wonderful. Let me worship the ground you walk on, and let me wash all your laundry, and let me feed you, and let me do this and let me do that. And they babied them and they made their mothers first.
Mhm.
Well,
Yes.
that's not. Mm-mm.
Like some
That's not-
comedians said, like, why do you think guys call their house a crib as an adult?
Oh, I've
Because
never
Why
they
do you
look
think
about
they're
that.
referring to their girlfriend or wife as ma?
No.
Because hello,
No.
that's what they've been taught.
Yes.
I've
And I
never
think,
even thought about that.
yeah,
Mhm.
I had a guy that I went out with one time. He was a porn star, and
Oh, okay.
Jane.
and I went to take a look at his stuff, and he had a lot of young, hot, sexy, skinny bitches, which were great. It's great. Oh, great. But he okay, this was only 5 years ago. Okay. I was 50. And he was like 30 something. And he liked calling me mommy.
Stop it.
And I went, no, I'm not your mommy. But in the bedroom, his fantasy or his thing that got him off was being the baby, and he wanted me to be his mommy. And he goes, I don't get that in porn. I have to do normal porn. And I was
No,
like, no,
sir.
Oh no.
no. Bye. Bye. I was like, hell no, go home to your mother. I don't fucking care. I'm
Oh
not taking
no.
care of you.
That is, oh no, that's so disheartening. Oh.
It was terrible. It was terrible.
Christy, you have some of the best stories you've met.
Oh my
First of all,
God.
I am singledom on this.
I
podcast.
have seen it
I
all.
don't even have stories like that.
I have
Oh my
literally
God.
seen it all. You mentioned something crazy, and I can tell you, yes, I've been through it.
I know.
Yeah.
That is just insane.
But I think
I
it's
just don't understand
that-
it. It's just so weird.
It is weird.
But
I've been on the other side.
Through certain traumas and certain things, but we've been able to find our peace. And whether it's online dating, whether it's new relationships, whether it is what it is, but we've all been able to come out kind of on top and like in a good space. We're all boss bitches, which is amazing. So I think that's that's awesome based off of where we've come from and where we are now.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that for me, I've been in therapy like you, and it really wasn't working for me, because every single one of them just wanted me to hash out all the things that I've been through. And I'm like, how much time do you have? And I don't know if I have that kind of money to hash this out over and over and over. And I just felt like all they did was listen to my bitching and complaining and moaning and groaning. And I left feeling worse than when I went in. And it never I never really got somebody who told me how to fix it, how to build on it, how to change it. And then I found myself incredibly angry after my last divorce. I was fucking mad. I was mad, and I carried it into how I was raising my kids and the relationships that I was trying to have. I was angry all the time. And I went to anger management, and that helped me a lot. It really helped me put things in perspective. But then, like you said, I wasn't valuing me. And it wasn't until I started my podcast a year ago in November that I started bringing on dating coaches, therapists, people who had actionable things.
Yes.
And taught you how to self-respect, taught you how to find who you were and move forward. That I was a sponge. I was like, yes. And I am 100% different woman than I was a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
One thing that my therapist said, well, the first session, I went in there crying already. I was already miserable. I was like, I don't want to be here. This is some bull crap. Ugh.
We're all about the bullshit, sister. So say
and
it.
she looked at me and she just stared at me, and I was like, what? Like, what's wrong with me today? And she's like, I just want to know what you want. And I was like, what? And she's like, I want to know what you want. And I was like, I don't know what I want. Nobody had ever asked me what I wanted before. And she was like, she was so like, she knew that I was one of these puzzle people. So I wanted to solve everything and heal and clean it and, you know, bake it new. She knew I was one of those people, but she was just like, this is going to hurt. Okay. This is going to hurt. I'm going to just let you know right now. I'm not taking it easy on you because I already know you're a strong individual. So we just gonna get into this, but we are going to be solution driven every single day.
Yes.
And when she did that, I was like, she loves me. I mean, we just met, but she loves me. And
well,
I
think
found somebody who was like solution driven, because the way when you're dealing with women who are leaders in their own right, you can't they don't want to sit there and just vent all the time. They want to have a moment to vent, but they like, okay, how do I fix this? Or how do I heal it? So it's like, when she was like, what do you want? And that was like my first homework mission, was to write down all the things that I want. Leave no stone unturned. And she was like, don't worry about the kids. Don't worry about how much it costs. Don't worry about it being too far away. Write that shit down. So the next time I came, I was like,
love her.
Girl, let me
I got a book.
I got a list.
I would like to go to Morocco. Okay. I mean, I just had everything. And she was like, see, but when you work with somebody like that, it's almost like they see you, right?
Yes.
They already know you are hurting and in pain. I don't want to be in more pain. Like, how do we put the pressure on this to relieve it? And I'm telling you, me and her I know she ain't gonna never hang out with me in real life because, you know, doctor patient thing, but she would be the type of person where I would be comfortable.
I love that. Well, I personally think that we need to make sure that any kind of message that we send out today is about when you're looking for somebody to help you get help. Okay, to find yourself, to heal, to move on. One of the most important things is, you said it, find someone who asks you, what do you want? And be action driven.
Yes.
Because
absolutely.
Because without that, we're not going to heal.
You
have to have
you have to. You have to. How long do you want to wallow in it? Is the question that you should ask yourself. How long are you going to
anyway?
Yeah, how long are you going to really, honestly, I'm going to tell y'all the real key to all of this. The real key to peace, okay?
Yes, let's do it.
If you don't hear it from anyone else, the key to peace in your life, the key to actually being able to date how you want to date or be happy with who you are, is forgiveness.
I love it.
Is the key.
Yourself.
I don't know what happens, but I'm going to tell y'all a quick story. Me and my father were estranged since I was 15 years old. My mother used to tell me stories that I look like him, I act like him, like he ain't nothing, blah, 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 blah. I've heard it all. I was brainwashed to believe that my father did not want me, care about me, whatever. Last year was my 39th birthday, May 22nd. I don't know what compelled me to call this man. But before I did, the night of my birthday, I wrote 3 letters. I wrote a letter to my mom, forgiving her of everything that happened, everything that she had taught, whatever the case may be. I wrote a letter to my dad, forgiving him for whatever happened, just anything, forgiving him for missing my promotions when I was in the military, forgiving him for missing me sing in Australia, everything, just wrote it. The 3rd letter I wrote was to myself.
Beautiful.
I had to forgive myself of even carrying all this weight.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, that night I lost like 180 pounds in my sleep. The
Wow.
next day,
love
my
it.
cousin calls me and she's like, "Hey, have you talked to your dad?" And I was like, "No, why would I ew, why would I do that? Ew." And she was like, "You need to just call your dad and know, like, y'all need to figure it out." Do you know that was last year, May 24th? Me and my dad talk every single day.
I love that.
That's amazing. I love
Good.
it.
He's my best guy. I talk to him about all the dates that I've been on, all the men, all the things in my business, all his grandchildren, how I'm feeling about life, making sure I'm in the wheel. I'm talking to him about everything because it changed because my business changed. I'm happier. I'm not carrying this weight. You have to forgive those who hurt you. And more importantly, you have to forgive yourself. You have to.
I love it. So
I know we have only a few seconds left.
We seconds. Yes.
Oh,
seconds. We ran out of time. So here's my thought. And I know Jada has one too. Let's have you back. I'd love to have you back maybe next month. And let's talk about manifesting and all that fun stuff because I'm a master manifester too. And I love that. We've been talking about doing that. Jada, did you want to say something before we leave?
I just want to say thank you. I love you. You're perfect. You're wonderful. Yes. I'm so glad you're healed. And it's been a long journey. Yes. And I'm so happy you're at peace. And thank you for joining us.
Yes.
You ladies are so welcome.
I love you. I love you. I don't know you. I know you now, but I love you. I actually have to run back downstairs to start cooking some more. So I'm going to not even get to say anything to y'all after this, but I want to say thank you to the both of you for being here. This was an amazing show. Thank you everyone for coming back and seeing us again. I hope you come back again. And until next week, let's keep it real.
If you enjoyed this episode, please share with your friends, like and follow us on Instagram at 50 Shades of _bullshit and Facebook at 50 Shades of Bullshit. Thanks so much for listening, and we really hope to see you again next week.